Brace yourself, sports and music fans, because every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Arizona time is GO time. Introducing one of the hottest, most entertaining, and downright addictive podcasts you'll ever need. PD&J Was Good Today. Hosted by none other than J-Dub the King and Pocket. These two dynamic personalities will keep you on the edge of your seat with their unique blend of humor, storytelling, and knowledge of sports and entertainment. And you know what makes it even better? They're live on YouTube and Facebook, so you can join the conversation and be a part of the action. We're always on the lookout for awesome guests to join us on the show. So if you think you've got what it takes to hang out with J-Dub the King and Pocket, then slide into our inbox at J-Dub the King. That's JDUBBTHAKING. And let's make some magic together. So what are you waiting for? You don't want to miss a single episode. See you on Wednesday.
Are you a business owner or someone looking for more ways and avenues to advertise and promote? Look no further. Contact us today for an advertisement. Email PD&J Media Productions LLC at gmail.com for more info. Promotions are everything. What are you waiting for?
It's your boy J-Dub the King and Pocket in the building. Another week, another Wednesday. So you already know what that means. It's a brand new episode of PD&J What's Good Today. I'm your host, Jay.
And I'm your host, Pocket. What happening? What's happening? And for those of you tuning in on our newest platform, it's the Ho.
Instagram.
Whoa.
Instagram. Bro, we talked about this.
No, we didn't. We thought about it, though.
We should have.
We should have thought. We should have thought.
Yeah, we should have.
Well, it's already out there now.
Instagram, folks, we is live on Instagram. So if all of our followers on Instagram, make sure you tune in. We got the key. Salute. Peace, love, and blessings to you too, sir. Let's just jump right into it, shall we?
Well, as you know, the talk of the land has been Jay-Z with his Grammy speech.
Grammy.
As you know, I don't watch the Grammys, but all the hoopla I kept hearing, I had to go watch the speech. And man, that man dropped some bombs.
I only tell the truth when I'm nervous.
Well, let that man be nervous all the time. Because the truth he dropped, I mean,
at the end of the day, like literally, they. And when I say they, I'm referring to the higher echelons that be at the recording company. They set the bar, they set the metrics, and we exceed those as a culture in music, right? We seem to exceed those metrics, but we still don't get the recognition that's deserved from that, or the accolades that come along with it. You see what I'm saying? And well, how do you have somebody that won? Okay,
because there were accolades given, right? Let's talk about what he said. How can you win 32 Grammys? So you're getting accolades, but you're not getting the accolade.
You won you swept every category that you ever been nominated in, but you never won Album of the Year. How is that possible?
Whereas you have a person that wins Album of the Year
every year
that doesn't
for the past 5 years,
but that doesn't win her category. Like, how does that?
Doesn't make sense. Or I'll give you one better. How do you get nominated for an award 16 times and never win not one Grammy? For those that don't know who we're talking about Beyonce. That's won in her category, but never won Album of the Year, especially for Renaissance, and that did number.
Well, no, actually, Lemonade. They said Lemonade should have been the one that she definitely
true, got for. But Renaissance did numbers, right?
Yeah,
right. So
even the tour,
it did numbers, right?
Staggering more than
Taylor Swift did, and you don't give her Album of the Year, like, come on. And as far as being nominated 16 times and not winning not one Grammy, I'm talking about our favorite, Snoop Dogg. How? Not one Grammy? Now,
we know he's had some bangers out there.
Drop It Like It's Hot was nominated for a Grammy, and you didn't give them Song of the Year for like that was the Song of the Year.
That could have porn. Gin and Juice got nominated. Didn't win, did it?
No, he didn't win.
I'm just saying. I'm just basically, and that was one of the years I would have thought for sure, and even quite sure he thought. And I mean, it's just the reason why I don't watch the awards is exactly what Jay-Z said. Because you can listen to something be popular all year round, get nominated for something, and then there's some song that you've never heard in your life that wins an award. You're like, how in the hell did that win?
Yeah.
Or better yet, you have a song that's pop in the hip hop, and they know it's pop, and it wins the hip hop award because guess what? They can't really find anything to fight.
And that's what Jay-Z said. He straight up said, look, some of y'all might feel robbed tonight. Some of y'all might get robbed tonight.
No, he said some of y'all might feel robbed, and some of y'all
will get robbed. But at the end of the day, some of y'all don't even need to be in the category that is not.
And then when people kept saying this Ice Spice, I'm like, well, here's the thing about Ice Spice. The hottest line out, I might misquote this here. I was telling my wife I was going to look it up. Talking about, bitch, you think you're a thought, you're not even the fart. I was like, wow, that's kind of deep.
Ice Spice, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a deep line. I don't know who wrote it for her because she didn't come up with it. But the fact that she put it out there like that, I'm like, that's the hottest line I've heard. And that starts the whole track.
It's funny that you actually bring that up, True, because we're actually going to talk about that. We're going to let's talk about that and go back to the whole Grammy situation since as a comment this came up. Those that don't know, Snoop and Master P is in a legal bout about to sue the parents of a Walmart
and Post
and the distribution company.
No, it's just Post.
It's just, because the whole thing about it,
Post was a distribution of the cereal.
So the whole thing that's going on about it, and there's videos circulating about this. So what's going on? Snoop and Master P, they got this cereal together, right? Black-owned, black manufactured cereal that they put together, right? Their names and faces is on it. Their main hub of distribution was supposed to be through Walmart. That's one of them, right? What happens is that they're not even putting their cereal on the shelves. There's a video where they're saying that they're out of stock, and the dude goes into the back and he finds 5 boxes of the Snoop and Master P cereal that they haven't put out on the shelves. Master P has even gone into Walmart's looking for them. Snoop's gone into Walmart looking for them. They're not putting them on the shelves. Why is that? And Post, like you said, is the distribution of it.
I'll let you get that part up. So, honestly, he brought this to me today, like minutes before we went on, and I actually did my what they call Cliff Notes version of looking up. So here's what Post did. Post wanted to buy the whole brand. They said, no, we sell you partial of the brand to help, right, with the marketing.
Correct.
Because they didn't sell the whole thing to Post.
And that too, not to cut you off, but they have been doing that too.
Yeah. Yep. And now, what Post did, because most Post cereal you find in what store? Walmart. Who shops at Walmart?
Everybody.
Because of that, they're saying the Post told Walmart, don't put it on the shelves. And more than likely, they put the money somewhere else, right? They took the money that they were supposed to get there and moved it somewhere else. Wow. Now, what I like about all of this, it's not what happened, but how Snoop and mostly Master P, not Snoop, but Master P came out and said, Martin Luther King is turning over in his grave right now. You can see this. He fought for us to have equality. He fought for us to be able to have our own businesses and to share with each other and become the marketing empires that we've seen. Only for corporate America to try and do this to us. He's like, this is why we're going to court. He's like, it's about the principle of the matter. He's like, we could have went to other Kroger and stuff like that and made a deal, but no, we chose Walmart because that's where most of our people shop because it's affordable.
Now, and Snoop said it best. We're more consumers than we are owners. We need to change that narrative.
DGAT Design, we see you turning in, my bro. What's up? But yeah.
And as far as the markup online, I want to go back to this comment as well. I've been looking for the cereal. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, It's not that I want to eat the cereal. I want the cereal. You know what I mean? Commemorative. A little bit of a value. But how dare you go online? A $5 box of cereal is marked up to $35. I can't make this up, bro. I cannot make this up. $15.47.
I see something that says $20.
$20.
$200. Well, that's for the other one, Snoop Loops, which is funny because Kellogg sued him because of that name.
Yeah.
It's too close to Fruit Loops. Man, get the just call it Snoop Rings or something. I don't know.
$20 for a box of cereal?
From $20 to $200 for one box of cereal.
I don't get it, bro. I guess that's capitalism at its best.
That's not capitalism.
What would you call it then?
Capitalism, you're misnaming capitalism. That's just
Greed?
corporate greed. You wouldn't sell it to me, so I'm going to make it harder for you to sell. That's all it is.
Well,
They always want you to sell out to them so they can
maximize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They always want you to sell out. Not many people are going to do that now.
Now, going back to the Grammys, one thing I want to bring up, since we talked about Snoop, I do want to talk about Killer Mike.
But they got the second biggest story about.
I want to talk about Killer Mike and what happened. For those that don't know what happened with Killer Mike.
Actually, I'm sorry. Everybody knows he walked away in handcuffs, because that's been everywhere. Now, the story behind him getting in handcuffs, let's go.
So, what everybody don't know is that he swept he got best rap song, best rap performance, and best rap album Grammys.
At 50.
48.
No, he's in his 50s. He's over 48.
I Googled it. He's 40. He's not even 50. 48.
Why did I see someone say he was older than that?
No. 48.
But either way, he's the oldest ever to be a first-time winner.
3
in that
times.
category.
And the thing about it, everybody was happy for him, except it now is being all overshadowed by this frivolous arrest. I call it a frivolous arrest. So basically what happened, if you want to break down the story.
I wouldn't say it's frivolous, but I think it was a big misunderstanding, I'll say that. But at the same time, when somebody gets hurt, that's not frivolous. Because as we know, there are pictures and she's actually out for a while because she did get hurt. What happened, we don't really know how she got hurt, but it has something to do with him. And what I mean is, so as a security guard, he was walking through the wrong entrance. Keep this in mind. He was walking through the wrong entrance. The security guard said, hey, all artists or whatever need to go this way. Apparently, they didn't hear what she said, ran right through her. They put her to the side or whatever. She was hurt. They did whatever it was. And she decided she wanted to make a citizen's arrest. Now, was it right? I don't know. But at the same time, I do know, and we all know that sometimes artists look down on security guards. And I mean that, period. And I don't mean, I'm not going to say artists. People in general look down on security guards. Man, you just security. Get out of my way. Do I think that's probably what happened?
I don't think there was this type of situation. I honestly think he was in the glamour of his celebration, at least based off reports I was reading.
He wouldn't even get the awards yet. So how are you saying that? He was just going. They said when he was coming in to sit down in his seat before he got awards.
No, this was after, because the rap categories was the pre-show. So what happened, from what I was reading from reports with TMZ, after this all situation, after he won his awards, he was supposedly trying to go back to his seat. He was in celebration with his crowd in regards to what happened. I don't think he saw, or like you said, pay attention to the security. I don't think it was in reference to it being disrespectful. That's what I'm going to say. I don't think he did it in a disrespectful way. And something happened. We know something happened. We don't know the extent of what happened. We don't know the specifics of what happened, but we do know what happened, and we do see that he did get detained. They did release him. As far as I know, from what I've been reading, I haven't heard any updates on the formal charges have been filed, but they did release him from crypto.com arena. So I guess they got a precinct in there. I'm assuming they have a precinct in there.
No, they put him in the Central Division. They took him downtown. Central Division.
Because what I was reading, they were
right here. Taken to the LAPD Central Division for processing in altercation at crypto.com. So they took him out of crypto down to, which is not far from Central Precinct.
I read an article that he was released from crypto.com arena. Let me double check right here.
It says to look right there. Was taken to the
there's been multiple different articles that's come that's like I said, TMZ has one, New York Times has one.
Well, either way, but here's why I said he didn't pay attention and he doesn't, because the main part it said getting physical with security officers, knocking the guard down when they did not move quickly enough out of his way. So instead of waiting for the security guard to move, you knocked them over. So you can't sit there and tell me, oh yeah, there was nothing disrespectful. That's disrespectful. I don't care who the fuck you are.
Well, Killer Mike, his statement, not saying that, he's saying that it was overzealous security guard that was trying to make a name for herself. He also said that on interviews, he turned to attention to video, which he led to the arena and handcuffs, not lying.
And then here's the thing: it says he obviously he was processed because he has to go back to court February 29th. So saying there were no charges, there were charges because he has to go to court February 29th. So yeah, so we don't want to misquote that, but I'm looking clear as day. He is going to court on February 29th because of this. So saying it was nothing, it was minor, all this, somebody was actually, there was a physical altercation because somebody got hurt. So saying, it's minor or anything like that, which is not what we're saying, but some of the reports, it literally says he's going to court February 29th. So there's nothing about that. Whatever happened, we'll never know.
He's being accused of battery.
Because
that's what he's being accused of. And now he's come up with various different statements. He told TMZ something completely different that, so at the end of the day, who knows what really happened?
Well, put it this way. I don't think people really go for the news at TMZ. We know that. Nobody goes there. If we want to see the public, we want to see the arrest record, we can always go online.
Yeah, but as far as getting hot scoops and stuff like that, sometimes TMZ is a breaker of news. Like I found out through TMZ first before it started getting blasted that Killer Mike.
I'll put it this way: what they said about Justice Smollett was wrong. I remember when I saw that they were the first ones reported. Justice Smollett was assaulted by two big black men. What? Oh no, wait. I'm sorry. What two black men? It was Justice Smollett was assaulted by some racist people or something like that. Come to find out, it was two black men that he paid off. Like, really, dude? How did everybody else come with the right story and you came up with that? Oh, that's right. And TMZ, as we know, is owned by.
And that's what we do need. We don't, and that's the thing. There's no video. They haven't disclosed what really happened.
If you've never been to crypto.com, and I'm glad Trulu said that. If you've never been to crypto.com, just so you know, there's videos everywhere, even when you don't see them as cameras.
Of course, but they're not releasing that footage.
They can't release it now because of this.
But what he's saying is that somebody should have had it on the camera phone and it got leaked because everybody had the camera phones when they saw him walking out. So where was their phones when the incident happened?
But I think the time lapse between the two is the problem. Now, my whole thing is they may not have the altercation, but they may have part of the altercation. That's what I would like to see.
I would like to see.
I like to see the fact that the person got ran over.
I don't think anything malicious on his part where he was all like, "Oh, you just security guard, get out of my way," type thing. I don't think that's happened. I don't think there was any malicious intent on his part. What could the security guard been overzealous? We don't know that either. I'm not saying that part either.
But here's the thing: what I'm seeing, he wasn't the one that did it. So saying he's not overzealous on his part, that's fine. You can't speak to everybody else in his entourage. You can't speak for them. You can speak for him. You can't speak for them. And that goes. And guess who that reflects on? The artist. It always does. So you got to be careful as you are artists in anything, in which point, be careful who you have in your camp because it's a reflection of you. And in saying that, I'll give you another example. Patrick Mahomes' dad.
I'll tell all my people. I'm
going to give you another example. The reason why Patrick Mahomes will never fully be the face of the NFL because of his entourage. His dad, second DUI, or third DUI.
And he's still going to make it to the Super Bowl.
Oh, of course he is. So he can smoke on that Brock Purdy pack. At least that's what he thinks. We don't know. It's going to be a hell of a game.
So, yeah. But as far as with Killer Mike, I hope your situation gets worked out the way that it needs to be. I'm hoping that it's just a big misunderstanding. That's what I'm hoping.
Well, the fact that somebody got trampled, I don't think it's understanding. I just hope you have a talk with your entourage, your people. Let them know, like, hey, we can't be doing this. This reflects on me. Because now, guess what? You may not get back to the Grammys. You may not ever get invited again.
No, I'm actually glad that you brought that up because at the end of the day, when it comes to the hip hop community or the hip hop culture, do we really care about the Grammys? Because think about it, they put all of our best categories in the pre-show. We're not even in the main taping. Do they really, how did hip hop even become a part of the Grammys? It was, in my opinion, the Recording Academy felt pressured to do so. It's something that they didn't want to do. They were pressured into doing so. So how much recognition, how much satisfaction can you really get from that?
It's funny. The only time the rap community has ever really been on TV, and y'all gonna hate me for saying this, is when Eminem was actually prevalent.
At the Grammys?
Yeah.
Was that like the last time you watched the Grammys and when Eminem was on there?
No, what I'm saying is with the rap category being on TV, the last time it was prevalent on TV was Eminem being on TV winning Grammys. And that's saying a lot. Exactly true, though. I don't either.
I don't watch the Grammys.
I don't watch any awards. I barely watched the Stellar Awards. I recorded it and I watched part of it. And I'm like, why are these dudes coming out there with vests with no shirt on and you're supposed to be representing gospel music? What? Having them stinky feet and them dress shoes with no socks. And getting ready for the flood. And we already know God said it ain't going to be another flood. But you're ready for the next one.
So it's saying that they created the best rap category in 1989 because it wasn't televised. So 1989 was the first time that it was categorized. You got the category for best rap album that was televised. And then after that, they wanted to say, well, us black folks don't know how to act, so they took us off TV.
And if you go back when Eminem won, it was on TV. Because it was Eminem. So that says a lot. Now, and like you said, do we really care? Not really.
Did he actually? 2007.
As we know, as Jay-Z said, some people win. I'm not going there. But you're not getting me. I got a couple words out. But like you said, they don't care because they have the BET Awards. They have so many other things going on. They used to have the Soul Train Awards. Or is that the BET Awards now?
No, they
still have the Soul Train?
They still have the Soul Train.
So y'all can help me out.
I used to have the Vibe Awards. You used to have the Source Awards. You used to have...
But then they had too many gang violence and stuff like people, I think, or I'm sorry. Let me take that back. It wasn't gang violence. It was people that thought they were gang bangers. The people that thought they were something that really they weren't until it really started happening and going down. So yeah, I don't know. I don't watch award. Award shows are a farce of what they should be. They really are. It used to be the talk when I was in school, maybe. Hey man, you did the award show yesterday? Oh yeah, you see.
Man, back in the day, award shows used to be entertaining. Like you had your mixture of good categories of good artists that you knew that put in that work that deserved to be nominated. Like he said, like Jay-Z said, some of y'all is in categories that you got no business being in. Some of y'all are nominated for an award. Like, how do you win a Grammy if you ain't never heard of a person before in a day in your life. How do you win that?
And then what's funny, they have their song up there, and then you see the other songs in the categories like, oh yeah, so-and-so's gonna win this one. That song was hot all year round. And then it would be Rainbows and Sparkles by JoJo Siwa. What? How the hell did that even win? That's not even a hip hop song. What? Where did you come up with that? I'm just using that as an example. I don't even know what JoJo Siwa's music is, but I'm just using that as an example.
Who?
Yeah, that's just they. All I know is, and what's funny is, what are people hating on Jay-Z for? Well, that just took away from Taylor Swift's award. No, what's wrong is, here's the thing with Taylor Swift. The reason why she
how she won 4 album of the years in a row. She only put out 3 albums in the past 4 years.
She won 4 in a row. I didn't she won 4 in a row. I thought she just won 4.
Just so I'm fact checking. She has a total of 4, right?
Yeah, but not 4 in a row.
2010, 16, 21, and 24.
Yeah, so not 4 in a row, but she has 4.
Yeah, so she has 4, but Beyonce has none.
With 32 wins.
So you mean to tell me Taylor Swift have more album of the year Grammys than Stevie Wonder?
We know where she got this one. Thank you, NFL. Am I stirring the pot right now?
So we can agree, yeah. I think it is. It's popularity contest.
I don't even know it's really that popularity. It's just about who can we brainwash you with today. I can't even name one song of Taylor Swift's latest album.
I can't name you one of Taylor Swift songs.
I can name a few songs. I ain't gonna tell that. I can name a few songs, but I cannot name anything off of her album right now. That's what I'm talking about.
You could play a Taylor Swift song and I might recognize it, but as far as me naming you a Taylor Swift song, no, don't ask me. If my life depended on it, I'm sorry, I'm dead. I don't know Taylor Swift like that.
But yeah, I was like, yeah, I don't. And the reason why I say I know her songs, but I don't know this album, I'm a very diverse person because that's how I was raised. I don't hate on anything. I listen to everything. I don't care what it is. Now, I'll say that.
I'm not saying she's a bad artist. I mean, she's talented, I guess.
I have no doubt she's talented. But I don't think she's talented doing 4 over Beyonce winning none.
Man, Taylor Swift was over here at the stadium a few months back, and it took me an hour to get home just because the traffic was so bad.
Exactly.
Actually, you know what? These are both concerts, both her and Beyonce concerts.
You know what? I want to talk about this real quick. I'm glad you brought that up. So, as we know, Beyonce had a concert, right, worldwide, and it was recorded, and it came out in the movie theater. Guess who did the same thing?
But let the Swifties say that Taylor Swift did it first.
No. That's not the reason I'm mentioning this.
Okay.
And this is the reason I'm mentioning, but that's not the reason.
Okay.
And I agree with you though. They did say that. Oh, she did it first, but Beyonce came out first and sold out the theater as well. Why did I see comments coming out? Why did I go pay all this money to go to concert and I go to win movie theater? Only to Beyonce, but nobody did the same thing to Taylor Swift when she did the same exact thing. You hear that? Nothing. Now, it's Black History Month. So I'm going there. Why are black people the ones doing it? Y'all don't do the stuff to Taylor Swift, but you do it to Beyonce. Why?
I ain't gonna lie. If I would have known that she was gonna do that, I probably wouldn't have spent all that money for them to go to that damn concert to begin with. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie. You catch me, I can't even lie. I won't even tell that lie. That movie coming out, I'll spend, yeah, man. Cause think about it like this. Shit, never mind.
Half the cost.
Half the cost.
Actually, no, I'm going to be
quarter of the cost.
Yeah, exactly.
A quarter of the cost.
Actually, you can do a third.
I got tickets for like $90 a person, right?
Okay.
So plus refreshments and everything like that,
Okay.
I would say half the cost.
Oh no, you got refreshments at the concert. It's going to be
the motherfuckers pregame.
Okay. But I was about to say, you can get a third. You can get to a third.
Yeah, I see a third of that too. Yeah.
You can get to a third. You can get that way. But yeah,
I would have been one of the motherfuckers in the comments. Yeah. I'm
gonna say this. My theme for Black History Month: support each other. Don't hate each other.
Oh, they did that. But here's my thing about it though. You got people like I know people that's not on the level of Beyonce or Taylor Swift or Eminem or Dr. Dre, Snoop, so whatever, right? But they're just as talented, right? Here's my problem that I have with you folks. And it's mainly in our culture that I see this. You can have a Beyonce concert and she's charging you $1,500 a ticket, and you guys will go and break the bank, go into the credit card debt, ask your mama, nieces, nephews for
wait.
Let me finish.
You forgot about the lady that took the heart money or whatever it was.
Look, you guys will do whatever it takes to go and get that Beyonce ticket. But when you got somebody that's just as talented in your own community and you are encouraging them, telling them to keep going, keep pressing, keep doing your thing, but you won't even spend $20 to go see them perform. I have a big problem with you people. A big problem with that.
What are we talking about? Wait, say that again. What happened? Or are you talking about the fact that the one lady took her fiance, or actually her fiance's child's heart money for her surgery and went and spent it on Beyonce tickets, and then said she'll be all right? That right there, man. Why y'all do that? Why? I don't even like. Unless you were going there to beg Beyonce to help pay for the surgery or something. Like, and then another thing I keep hearing about, oh, Taylor Swift loves her roadies, loves the people at the, she pays for this, she does this, that, and other. What's funny is Jay-Z actually got tired of hearing it and said, well, she does the same thing. But we don't put it out there what we're doing. We just do it. You know how many artists, period, do that and don't get the notoriety that Taylor Swift is doing?
Not even artists. Let's be real. You know,
people in general.
Yeah.
People in general. You know how many stories we hear about Kobe now that he's dead because he was so private and so quiet because he wanted nobody to know exactly who he was in private. You know how many times he came to Phoenix Children's Hospital for children? And we're hearing that now because guess what? He said, don't ever tell anybody. Now that he's gone, we're hearing everything. So come on, y'all. Taylor Swift, you Swifties, as they call them, is not the only person in the world doing stuff for the world. She's not the heal the world person only. Come on. And people are just eating it up. Oh, Taylor this, Taylor that. And I'm just sitting there looking like, really? You don't really see that happen?
So let's talk about, you brought it up. Since we're on Taylor Swift and stuff like that, how the hell is this the most expensive Super Bowl ever in history for a Super Bowl ticket? And I don't want to hear the excuse, oh, well, it's in Vegas. Why the hell are the Super Bowl tickets the most expensive Super Bowl tickets of all time?
But they go up every year, so like, what do you expect? You got why are you asking that question when you know
the shit went up $350 minimum.
Okay.
Minimum. The cheapest, what did they say on the news? The cheapest ticket was $2,200?
I think it was more than that. I was looking at tickets the other day just for some stupid reason. I'm trying to remember.
Yep, clout chasing. Just straight clout chasing. And you're right, True. Charity is personal. You don't have to broadcast it.
There's the cheapest ticket. Actually, let's put it to one. Let's do one ticket. Okay, never mind. Still didn't change. So the cheapest ticket on Ticketmaster, just for y'all, one ticket in section 406. So we're talking all the way at the top. $6,500.
And some people are getting them for $2,200. I know. I happen to know one person that's going to be there. You do too.
They ain't paying that much for a ticket.
I'm not. I know he ain't either.
That's what I just said. He ain't paying that much for a ticket. I ain't paying that much for a ticket either. Because guess what? I'm gonna be sitting this year on my couch, looking up at the TV and watching the game.
I can't wait for Super Bowl because I'm going to my mom's house and I'm gonna turn that house out.
Now, another thing I want to say: these halftime shows. I get it. Jay-Z's in charge. Can we get a little bit more variety? I'm getting a little exhausted of hip hop all the time. What I mean by that, I can think of one artist right now who would turn that place out. You may or may not be in agreement, but he's really hot. Jelly Roll. I'm dropping the mic on him. Give that man an opportunity. Everybody loves him right now. He's just been in front of Congress fighting for different laws about fentanyl and getting the help for people. Why not put that man on that stage?
Well, you know they have the damn halftime show pretty much almost planned out already before they say it's official. I'm sure Usher knew that he was going to be doing the halftime show well before we know.
Well, from what I understand is they start trying to get people to do it almost immediately
After the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And he was not the first choice. You know, once again, Jay-Z tried to get Taylor Swift, which is amazing. That's 3 years in a row Taylor Swift turned them down. But guess what? Now she's going to be at the Super Bowl.
Oh, you know they don't get paid for that shit, right?
No, they don't.
So
it's not about. It's about the exposure.
Yeah, it's about the exposure.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I will tell you is that Drake's halftime show set a precedent. That man invested $1.5 million into his production of his show. I want to see what Usher's going to do, and I guarantee Taylor Swift don't want to invest into production of her show.
We don't know.
We don't know.
I'm not speculating anything about anybody. We don't know.
That should be the start of it. Just say no commercial.
But yeah, like I said, I don't mind hip hop. I love it. It's a great genre. It's 50 years of it. Maybe you should actually, you know what? Why not do a 50-year tribute? If that was the case, if you
They should have did that last year.
Thank you. But actually, no. Last year wasn't that the
no. Last year was the celebration of 50 years of hip hop.
Yeah,
2023.
No, what I'm saying is, but the last year's halftime show was.
I'll let you think.
It was the what's the name? Was it?
Who?
The West Coast thing.
No, it wasn't Drake last year.
Who the heck was it last year?
Halftime Super Bowl show of 2023.
Anybody, figure it out.
Rihanna.
Oh, that's right. It was Rihanna. Yeah, because she was pregnant. Yeah. See, it was forgettable. Sorry.
It was decent. It wasn't.
It was Drake. If I can't remember it, it was forgettable. Now, what I know, Usher is a great performer. We'll see what he does. I mean, I'm not knocking it, but like I said, let's expand our horizons beyond hip hop. There's so many other genres we can cover.
Well, you say that, but for so many years, hip hop has been excluded from in the NFL for so long now.
What?
I kind of enjoy it. I kind of enjoy the past 3 years of what Jay-Z's done for
It's been more than 3 years for hip hop. It's been way more.
Well, I'm just saying for what Jay-Z's done over the past 3 years, I loved it. I'm here for it. Now, what he's going to do next year, I can see Jelly Roll doing a halftime show. I can see Bruno Mars doing another halftime show.
Not because I don't like him, but he don't even have any new product unless it's going to be him and Anderson .Paak. And then we got the show.
But I'm sure he would include Anderson. I'm sure he would.
But I feel like I'm just tired. I'm just tired of the same old, like, okay. Should have known that was coming. We know who we won't see up there unless he comes with another artist. You know, Is Jay-Z still holds what happened against Rihanna against him, and as we know now, hearing more about it, that
I could see it happening. I definitely can see it happening. Chris Brown doing a halftime show. Yeah, I could see that.
I'll see him in a basketball halftime show before I see him at
the Super Bowl.
Yeah, before you see him at the Super Bowl, you see it.
Okay.
But only because he has more connections in the NBA than he does in the NFL. Only because you don't have to pay half as much.
True.
But I just wish it was just a way. Like, I get it, and I feel like the thing is, behind the scenes, it seems like to me, Jay-Z doesn't always default to hip hop. He defaults to other genres because it comes out so and so has been asked, and then keep turning it down.
Yeah.
So
a lot of artists are turning it down, and from what I've been reading, and this is only speculation, at the end of the day, you're not getting paid, and you got to invest into your own production. And a lot of artists don't want to do that.
And I don't think it's that. I think it's the fact that they know if they have a bad performance, their asking price does not go up.
You really think that it boils down to that? I think it really,
because here's the thing: each year, what is everybody comparing to? The previous year, and then all of a sudden we get a list right after the greatest halftime performances. You think these artists don't see that? That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure. They obviously know they're not going to compare with Prince and Michael Jackson. You can take that out. You can take those two out. Then now you got to put Dr. Dre's performance up there in the top 5 too. Now you got to deal with that. Great, it's a recent performance, but guess what? That's a lot of pressure for anybody to come up there and feel like I got to compete with all of these people.
Bring your A game. I really think it's a numbers thing. If it don't make numbers, it don't make sense. And at the end of the day, yeah, you're on the grandest pedestal of them all. But if you don't have, and you can have the great performance of a lifetime, but if you don't have the right production behind you, which costs money, you know what I mean? Everything is built off light spectacles and glamour and, you know what I mean, smoke mirrors and that whole nine. You got to have that in your production now.
So are you saying you do agree or you don't agree?
I don't. I think it's.
But what you're saying is actually what you do agree.
I think it comes down to where they don't want to invest the money for the production of it. I don't think it has any.
So wouldn't that mean that you want to look good?
If you don't want to invest into it, then you don't want to invest into it, and then you're going to shy away from it. I don't think they're scared.
So you don't think they have no pressure?
I don't think that's the number one reason why they are declining the offer.
So let me get this straight. So if I have a $500,000 budget I'm going to put in there for production, and I get out there and it looks like a $5 production, that doesn't mean there was no pressure. I'm not pressured to put more money into it. I'm not pressured to make it look good. I'm not pressured to outperform or get on that list and be on one of the worst. I'm not pressured like that. No? Okay. So there's no pressure at all to do halftime shows, so we have no idea what to do.
I'm not saying that there's not at all. I just think that it's.
You just said there's no pressure.
Not the number one reason, bro. It's not the number one reason.
Okay.
I don't think it's the number one reason. Is there pressure involved? Of course. But it's not the number one reason why I think they're turning it down. I just honestly think they don't want to pay the ticket for what they need to have that production behind them.
Okay. No pressure.
And true, I think Mike does better performance than Prince, and that's just my opinion.
And I agree with him because when it was in Minnesota with the rain and he sang Purple Rain, that one there, and he turned the rain purple. That was amazing because it just happened to work that way. That just happened to work that way, and that was that was a hell of a.
It was a hell of a performance, but I guess my Michael Jackson fan in me, that was a hell of a performance too. That was up there.
Did I not say top 2 performance?
Yeah, it is, but I would say Mike then Prince. If we was going to list it out, Mike, Prince, and Drake.
Dre's not top 3, dude.
You know,
it's not a third one. He's top in the top 5, but not top. Even with the list that came out, he was still not top. He was top 5, but not top 3.
Okay, everybody's entitled to their opinion. But yeah, I would put Michael's performance above Prince. That's just me personally.
Every year it flip-flops between those two.
It does, doesn't it?
Every year it flip-flops because, again, I look at it as a fan of music. I don't look at it as I'm a Michael Jackson person. I'm a Prince person. Because you know what? As we know, back in the day, those two were the ones that everybody kept fighting, putting against each other.
They tried to. You see how they tried to, but they was like, no, we just doing music to do music. You know what I mean? They didn't have no beef.
And what's funny, they wanted to do music together.
But Prince wouldn't do it because Michael didn't own his masters at the time.
It wasn't a master's problem. It was about the scheduling problem. Nothing ever
That
worked.
too. But I remember when Nas had said Nas wanted to do a record with Prince, and Prince was all like, "All your masters." He said no. He's like, "I can't work with artists that don't own their masters."
This is Prince later on in life. Before, he didn't know anything about masters until after they'd been on I forgot what album, but when he was still Prince, he was on an album.
But
that's when him and Michael Jackson.
Symbol.
Yeah, we got to remember that's why he changed his name to the Symbol. You're talking about way later on. We're talking about early Prince and Michael Jackson, where they wanted to work together. It's just the schedules and stuff never matched up. I can imagine that
I don't think
together.
the industry wouldn't have let that happen.
There you go. That's the real.
I don't think the industry would have let that happen.
Because that would have been
because that part that track came out, and then years later they fight for the masters of that.
They would have fought.
No, I'm not saying Prince and Mike would have fought.
Oh,
they fought the record label to get the masters of that particular record. It would have been ham, bro. It would have been ham. It would have definitely been ham. I dig Michael singing and dancing, but when Prince picks up that guitar, game over.
Actually, here's the thing, True. You talk about Prince with the guitar. Go back, YouTube. I'm questioning YouTube, and go back and look at Prince as a whole. He was him and Mike were actually musical geniuses. Mike with his voice range, and Prince with his instrument.
But Mike wasn't a musician. What did he do? Turn tricks?
Oh God. Somehow there's a setup coming for that.
He's not a musician.
He's not a musician. Mike's not a musician. I know he sings, dances, he writes music, composes music, he does voice octaves, his own recording. But he's not a musician. I forgot. I'm glad you brought that up. That he's not a musician. I'm so sorry, Michael Jackson. I'm sorry.
Oh, that was hilarious. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about right now, there's a video going around where I can't even remember her name, but I want to call her Sharkeisha. But anyway, she was being interviewed and she was asked, how does it feel to be a musician? And she goes off on the interview person talking about, what are you calling me? Like, I turn tricks or something? I ain't no goddamn musician.
She's like, I don't do magic. I don't know what you're talking about. I make music. I star in movies. I compose music. I sing. I rap. But I ain't no musician. And I'm like, isn't that what a musician does?
That part. Everything you listed off, minus the acting part.
I was like, what the hell is a musician? If you do all that, you're not a musician. Well, what are you? What are you? If you're doing all that, you're not a musician. So help, please. Yeah. I don't know what to say.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, the way that if those two got together in the damn studio, okay, I'll give you one better, bro. I'll give you a super group. And it's gonna sound odd. One of them is gonna sound odd to you, it might, but I'm gonna throw them in there anyway. Mike, Prince, and Stevie. Put them three together.
Stevie who?
Wonder.
Okay. Yeah, there's a bunch of Stevies. There's a Stevie Nicks.
No.
There's Stevie.
There's only one Stevie. When I talk about
actually, when I
talk about that classification of music.
Wait a minute. Because remember, Stevie is on We Are the World.
Yeah.
So technically, he has them, and there's a couple other things that he even might put together.
Just imagine now if they came out with the.
So here's the thing: Stevie on keyboards,
Prince on guitar.
I was gonna say Prince on drums because he was a bad drummer too.
Prince on guitar.
Y'all gotta go. I keep
going both because you can track it, so he could do both. But I'm gonna prefer Stevie on keyboard.
Actually, you know what? No, here's what I'm gonna be specific. Stevie on the K1. Prince, we're gonna put him on the piano and the keyboard and the guitar, and then Michael just do vocals.
No, because I still want Stevie harmonica in there. So you got to give him his keyboard, his harmonica. Prince got drums and guitar, and Mike does whatever.
The hair on my back is still up.
Bro,
Actually, you know what?
that would have been a fire.
Actually, I'm gonna throw something out there.
That would have been a fire collaboration.
Actually, put Prince. We'll keep on the keyboard, but put your boy Ray Charles on the piano.
No, now we're going way too old school.
Then, even old school. Ray Charles music today is it's still relatable.
You know what's crazy is that you mentioned that my kids don't even listen to today's hip hop music or pop music. Like my oldest son, he came to me, he was all like, "Dad, what you know about Neo?" I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, my favorite song from Neo is Closer." I'm like, "That's a good song, but you know, he got some other good songs out there and stuff." So it's like, it lets me know that today's generation don't even like today's generation of music. That speaks volumes, bro. That speaks volumes.
And then you have the female rappers arguing because of what? I could get anybody in this world, because me and him can't understand what is this argument about between Nicki Minaj and
it's not that I don't understand. Let me be clear. I kind of understand. No, I don't care.
I see what's going on, but I don't understand.
I don't care. That's just me.
Are they trying to create beef so they can have hits?
It's publicity to make their songs more relevant because they're losing.
Well, it ain't happening because both of their actually, no, I take that back. Nicki's.
I'm gonna say it like this: you can say what you want about making the style of the song. It made #1 on Billboard.
Still trash. And I can say, we just said, the music out there today is pretty much what it is, right? It's not the best. I mean, so if all the music is trash, something got to win.
Okay, true. I see you. So you want Prince on all the instruments other than the keyboard. So who you gonna put on the keyboard then?
Oh, I get. He's talking about our list, I think.
Yeah,
with Stevie. Yeah, Stevie on the keyboards is hard.
I mean, just imagine if Prince produced the whole track and Michael wrote it with Stevie. Or better yet, once you get a collaboration production from Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis with Prince.
See, I'm not a fan of Jimmy Jam.
You're really not? I like them.
I like the old school Motown with it.
Oh, so I'm glad that you brought that up.
What? Motown?
Motown. So, UMG, Universal Music Group. As an artist, I thank you. As a consumer, I don't like you. Let me explain to you what's going on. UMG, Universal Music Group, they have took down all their music off of TikTok due to contractual obligations and agreements that they can't negotiate and figure out.
Sorry, the comment. I'm trying.
You done? I'll get to that. But he can't beatbox, so.
I'm just thinking, what the freak is this?
You said you was gonna behave today. He said he was gonna behave today. I don't know what happened. Anyway, going back to what I was saying. Universal Music Group took all their music down off of TikTok, all their artists' music down. So we're talking your Drakes, your Taylor Swifts, your Bad Bunnies, even independent underground artists such as myself. Their music has been taken down off of TikTok. Now, I applaud and appreciate the effort, but something needs to go. Because if TikTok doesn't give in, this is going to set precedents for all streaming platforms involved. And Pocket, I'm trying to be serious here. Trying to be serious here. You done? You done?
I'm sorry, just the visual. I can't get over it.
Okay, let me entertain this. Let's entertain this real quick. What's the visual? Never mind. If y'all want to know what is happening, we got a comment. with Prince on the instrument.
It's the microphone. Okay, guys. Oh my God.
See, and he agrees with me. Jimmy Jam and Prince on a production collaboration would have been funky, bro. That shit would have been funky.
Oh my God.
No, fuck you. No, man. You did this to yourself.
I knew Mike did it. Mike, I can't say like my whole thing is, y'all don't understand. Mike can beatbox. I won't get into it. But during that dream, can you imagine he just started beatboxing while they're playing instruments? They're probably just like, what? I'm sorry, they wouldn't look because Stevie can't see. But you get my idea.
Oh no.
What
Show's over. How you gonna disrespect the guy like
I didn't disrespect. I said they would have looked like he ain't gonna look. He may turn his head, but they ain't looking. Oh my God.
Oh, you got it out, you done? You done?
Yeah, somehow. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you did this. You did this.
But I was all right until I started visualizing. I was like, wait a minute. I get to see them. Stevie. What? Who is it? What? Just try. Wait a minute. I can go with that. But what the hell is going on back there? Is that you? Mike, you know, we talked.
Oh Lord. All right, folks. Thank you for tuning in this week. Well, thank you for tuning in this week. It's been one hell of a show, folks. One hell of a show.
Sure, folks.
You subscribe to our. We're now on Instagram, so you can catch us live every week on Wednesday on Instagram. You can definitely catch us on YouTube, Facebook, all your major streaming networks. Until next week, folks.
Next week is a special Lovers Day, so it won't be a show. Remember you said it won't be a show, so it won't be a show. For Valentine's Day, so enjoy your loved ones. As much as you
Oh, before we even get off the air, I'm glad that you brought that up. Fellas, if you married, don't ask your woman to be no damn Valentine.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, we put a ring on your finger, so therefore y'all should be acting us to be Valentine. Hell, on that note, we getting out of here right now.
I didn't say that though.